Hello everyone, welcome back to Art, and Pokemon Legends Arceus is just under 3 weeks old. And what time it's been? I've been playing it a ton. It's been really fun. This is kind of a more off-the-cuff sort of video, because as of the 16th of February, the new official art has just been released, and I thought, what's a better time than now to rank all of the new Pokemon? And here they are. So I've got a kind of a tier list set up going on here, going from S to D, and I'm just gonna share my thoughts with the new eyes, mostly from a design perspective, but I do have about 60 hours in Legends Arceus, beaten whole game Core Arceus, so I have some experience with all of these Pokemon decently. So I guess let's start off with Hisui and Growlithe, one of the first, in fact the first. No, Wyrdeer was the first, but Hisui and Growlithe was one of the first Pokemon to be revealed for this game, new ones anyway, and I think it's banger. It's such a good Pokemon. I definitely prefer it to original Growlithe just because of that nice reddish orange that it's got going on. And I'm always a sucker for hidden eyes. I don't know, just makes it a bit more cute. I guess I was never a huge fan of original Growlithe, but this one just seems a bit more, I don't know, a bit more put together than the other one. It's got the really cool what are they called? The stone lion type of inspiration. I'm sorry, I probably should have got together more of a in-depth lore and design inspiration. That's kind of my deal on this channel, but I'm sure you can go and find it. I'm sure Lockston will drop a bunch of them on his channel over the next year or two. But yeah, Hisui and Growlithe, I spent ages just farming the area above the walkway. You know what, it's hard to explain exactly where it is. There's an area in the Cobalt Coastlands. It's really magical because you make your way up there. There's only one way you can get up there. It's really hard, but once you do, you find this little hollow that's just filled with Hisui and Growlithe, and I think it's just a cute way to find it, and just a bunch of them. That's the only place you can get it. I don't know, I really enjoyed that, and farming them up there and trying to get a shiny, which I didn't get in the end, but there we go. It was really enjoyable. Alright, let's move on to Hisuian Arcanine. When I first saw this one, obviously it was a 3D model. I wasn't too judgmental because, unlike some people, I know that the 3D models aren't the best representation of the Pokemon design, especially when you're seeing them on a really terrible garbage white background, in the void with no animations or anything. But Hisui and Arcanine, I put it in the B tier for now. I don't know, it might go up to A. It's really good. It's a good Pokemon. It looks best in the cutscenes, especially when it evolves. It looks really cute in those cutscenes. This official art is cool. Some people not liking the pose it's in. I kind of get it. The face looks a bit small. I'm going to comment on some of the artwork actually, because it doesn't affect my overall opinion of the Pokemon themselves, it can affect. Well, I guess I can dislike it. I don't like a few of the official artworks, and I'll talk about those when they get to them. But I do like this one. I don't know. It would have been nice to have kept the white fur on them, I suppose. But I think they did a fantastic job with it. They kept the lovely orange red, and the clouds are great. I do think I saw someone mention that adding some jade into that design, which is, Hisui means jade, so. And that they're often found in the stone lion dog, so I think that could have really helped the design, just because it's a bit, not many colours in it. It's just kind of dark, and then there's red, and that can work. But I think the grey of the stone things around its neck are also quite they don't really commit enough. If you're gonna go fully dark, that would have been cool, or if fully light, that would have been cool. But the grey, I don't know, not sure if it's working for me, but I do really like this Pokemon. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Right, on to the next one, Hisuian Voltorb. Only 4 Kanto regionals in Legends Arceus, which I really like, and some very deserving ones as well. Hisuian Voltorb, I think, is fantastic. I think I prefer Arcanine. But this is a great Pokemon. It definitely injected some much needed love into Voltorb. I really like the woodenness of it, and I love the eyebrows. I wish they'd kept over into Electrode, but we'll get onto that in a second. It's really fun just seeing these guys roll around the Coronet Highlands in the ruins and stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's not the most deep design ever, but I definitely prefer it to the original, just because it doesn't look like the face is just like stuck on like a sticker that's peeling off. I mean, Voltorb is a very famously uncreative design, so I think this was a great idea, and it really fits within the lore of the games. But moving on to Electrode, we have our first D tier. I don't like this thing at all, not only from a design perspective, but from also a in-game experience perspective. I have a couple of those, but the spoilers, by the way, I mean, I'm sure you know there were spoilers, because, they're all here already, but the Lord Electrode fight sucks. It's bad. It's not the worst fight in the game, but it's bad. Just the way you're constantly being like tracked down by this big orb, and it's not very much fun. And it's not because I died to it, okay? It's not because I died to it, but I did die to it. I died to it once. It was only one time, which is fairly fair, I think. I got better at a lot of those fights, but that one was the first one that really made me struggle. But I don't think it was for the best reasons. Like the Avalugg fight, I died to 5 times, and I love that fight. I thought that fight was fantastic and really well done, and such great scale. But this one just kind of felt like you were trapped. I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it. But anyway, back to the design. It's just not working for me at all. I mean, like, they really tried to contextualize the eyes by having them carved in, which looks goofy, but could have been cool. But then they just print the mouth on to the bottom, and it's just like, what was the point of making the eyes look silly and goofy and wacky if you're not going to follow through with the mouth as well? Like, I don't know. It's just a bit lazy, isn't it? And I would like to see when you go to the Temple of Sinnoh at the end of the game, and you see all of the nobles like put in stone, carved into it, you see Electrode growing off of a stem, and you're like, well, why wasn't that design? That's so much cooler. Like, imagine if it was like a proper plant. I don't know. There was a lot of speculation on what it looked like, because obviously I'm part of the Pokemon community, so I see a lot of speculative designs, and people will always go, oh, that was so much better than the actual one. And I don't often agree with that, just because they often just aren't better than the originals, because the originals are just, they have so much more thought behind them, and even if they sometimes miss the mark, I don't know, they just have a lot more charm often. But with Electrode, I really did like most of the other ones more. They just had more thought going on. I liked flipping the eyebrows of Voltorb and making them into a mustache. That was super clever. Not super fitting, but it was funny, and it was just a bit more interesting. Right, anyway, let's move on to the first of the starter evolutions, which is super exciting, Typhlosion. This thing is, well, I mean, there's a story behind it, isn't there? When it was first revealed, not revealed, it was leaked, and it didn't have its flames, and everyone hated it, and then it had its flames, and everyone liked it, and it's just like, well, that's kind of the risk you have to take when you leak the Pokemon. Like, you should know this. You should know this. As for me, I always loved it. I thought it was fantastic. This design is just, it's something special, but it's such a shame that it was kind of like tainted in a way by the community just instantly dunking on it because they didn't get it in its full context. Like, I know most people really like it now, but there's still a few people stuck in their ways. But I have a lot to say about this Pokemon. I don't really know where to begin, if I'm honest. let's start with the fact that Typhlosion, original Typhlosion, was and probably still is my least favorite Pokemon just ever, which I'm sure, please don't unsubscribe for that take. It's a combination of, it's a just gets bigger Pokemon. It is just very nondescript and beanbag like. I know it's a honey badger. It's just always felt like boring. It was boring, and the thing that really put it to my least favorite is the constant 3D model discourse about it. Just like every other day someone posting like, name a bigger downgrade, and that, like, just be quiet, just stop it. I do agree that the 3D model of Typhlosion does look so much worse, but honestly don't think it was ever that cool to begin with. But Hisuian Typhlosion, mwah, gorgeous, amazing. The fire is like more prominent, it's always on in battle, which I think helps, but also it's just a more interesting fire, and I like its energy more, you know. It just took a Pokemon I didn't like, added some more interesting patterning, added some, it's something to the front as well. I love how it's got like the 3 things around its neck. It's a bit slimmer, which I like slimmer Pokemon, I suppose. But yeah, really big fan of this one. For taking a Pokemon I didn't like at all and making it one that is really cool and I really like, I have to put it in S tier, because it's just really, yeah, it's great. I love Hisuian Typhlosion. It's fantastic. Yeah, it took a Pokemon I didn't like, made it really cool. Part of the reason I don't really like Hisuian Electrode is because it could have done that and didn't. That's about it really for Hisuian Typhlosion. I'll keep it nice and brief on that one. Really love it. And I would recommend giving it a chance in game if you aren't enjoying it as much, because you might change your mind. On to Hisuian Qwilfish. This one is interesting. Oh wait, hold on. No, I want to talk more about this. Sorry, more about Hisuian Typhlosion. Hisuian Typhlosian's official artwork is bad. I do not like its official artwork. Yeah, it looks so much better in game. It's just something about the eyes are so incredibly close to the mouth, and it looks really off proportion. A lot of people mention how the fire looks really strange, and I like it. I don't mind it. It's definitely drawn interestingly, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, the face looks just really off, and the pose is a bit stiff as well. But I have liked all the other artwork so far, mostly. Okay, on to Hisuian Qwilfish now. Hisuian Qwilfish is very a much needed form for vastly forgotten Pokemon, and I think it's really cool. Dark Poison is a really cool typing for it, and I absolutely love how it and its new evolution, Overqwil, tie into the myth of Manaphy from Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, which was such a cool bit of foreshadowing. But overall, while I really like this design, it in its evolution just kind of, it don't have a massive amount going on. There's no like crazy secondary inspiration going on there. Like they look fantastic, and I love their color scheme. And Qwilfish definitely deserved an evolution. They're just not super deep, you know. Like the other ones were like had reasons in context for why they look the way they do. But I don't know. There's a few like that were very much kind of purposeful Pokemon that were less designed because there's an interesting thought behind them. I mean, I might be missing something there. But they were more designed said to be functional. But thing with Qwilfish and Overqwil is that they aren't used for anything in game. They're one of the final 3 fights you do before you face the Pixies. And honestly, yeah, they don't have a massive amount going on. That being said, I did use one on my team. Its lack of physical dark move is so annoying, but generally, I do like this thing. I said way worse stuff about it than I actually think. I actually really like it. Probably going to put it top of B tier. it's really cool, and I love seeing it just kind of swimming around in the water of the Cobalt Coastlands. Really cool. Moving on to the new Sneasel. Oh yes, this thing is just really cool. I definitely prefer this to normal Sneasel. It's not super different. It's just that color scheme is just gorgeous, so nice. Yeah, one of my favorites from when I was looking at the leaks originally. Just was really impressed by what they did. Just like the blotchy poison, really cool. Oh, I'm debating between A and S. You'll find my opinion is way more positive of these guys than of other people's is. I think people really don't like a lot of these Pokemon. Well, actually, I think they do like a lot of them, but hate maybe like 3 of them, and then just say they hate them all because they don't like 3 of them, which is a pretty goofy thing to do. I think I'm gonna put Sneasel at the top of A tier, just cause I don't know. I didn't use one on my team, but that was because there was another Pokemon that didn't really mesh very well type-wise with that I wanted on my team because it was my favorite. But yeah, fantastic Pokemon. Absolutely love Sneasel. Moving on to the most divisive, well, probably not divisive, actually just hated Pokemon of this game, that being the origin forms of Dialga and Palkia. And ooh, let's get some spicy takes in here. Let's put you here. When I first saw Origin Dialga, I wasn't super impressed. I didn't hate it, and that lack of hatred has grown more and more since. I think this thing's really cool. There's a whole thing about its throat being clogged, so it can't use Roar of Time. I don't know if I buy into that theory, but if it's true, it's really sick. And honestly, I don't understand why people hate it so much. I guess the back legs are a bit funny. It doesn't look super like natural, but I don't know, I like that about it. I think this thing's really cool. Just like, because I didn't like Dialga or Palkia before this. They were my least favorite legendaries, like box art legendaries. But this Dialga, man, it's sick. It's so cool. I can't explain it. It's very godlike, very incomprehensible, I guess. I don't know. It's really fun to me. That being said, Palkia I like a lot less. I don't know, I appreciate what they were going for. They could have, the shoulder pads just imply arms that aren't there. Like, they could have worked them more closely into its shoulders, because you just like expect arms to be coming out of there. But my main problem with Palkia is that the rest of it is like pretty sleek and like quite cool, but then the front legs are so detailed and like almost photorealistically horse-like that I'm just like, no, that just doesn't work. I don't know. Dialga felt so clean and like metallic, and I know Palkia isn't metallic, but I can't get into it. I wanted to fight Dialga for the final battle, but I didn't realise that if you choose one clan leader, you get the other one, which is annoying, but there we go. You end up with both of them in the end anyway. So yeah, which I think my opinion is way more divided of these two. Most people just hate both of them, but really big fan of Dialga. But yeah, Palkia did miss the mark a bit. It was already probably my least favorite box art legend. Like, I didn't like Dialga, but Palkia was the really bad one. And it's honestly, I don't know if it's worse, but it is pretty bad. Okay, on to what is a weirdly large amount of Generation 5 forms. First up being the other starter, well, the second starter, Samurott. Ooh, this is a really tough thing to place, just because it doesn't change a whole lot, which I think is most people's problem with it, which I think is a problem, because the concept obviously for it is, instead of a honorable samurai, it's a dark and like unhonorable samurai, I guess, which I like, and I think dark was a great typing choice for this thing. But yeah, a lot of people want it to be bipedal, and I kind of assumed it would be, because that was like the main thing about Samurott, but in retrospect, I don't know why I thought that. There's no reason for them to do that, and it would be so much less of a regional form if they did. So, I don't mind it. It is my least favourite, spoiler alert, it is my least favourite of the main starters. I do prefer Decidueye to this. We'll get onto that one later. But it's still really cool. It's still Samurott, and Samurott is a solid final evolution for a starter. Never disliked Samurott. Never particularly loved it either, which I guess I'll put it top of B, bottom of A. I don't know. I really like it, but you know, A is good. A is good. A is good. Right, on to Lilligant. Lilligant has some of the coolest cutscenes in the game. The Lord Lilligant, Lady of the Ridge. Oh, fantastic boss fight. One of my favorites in the game. Really cool. It wasn't like hard, but it was fun. Really good fun. Again, one of those more functional Pokemon that is like, not like functional as in, I don't know. What I mean by that is it looks better in motion. It's made to be a dancer and to be moving, and it looks fantastic in game. It's one of those that I kind of understand why people didn't like it in the leaks, but again, that's their fault for looking at the leaks. I don't know, it's hard to place this one. It was never on an option for my team, which was kind of like how I judge how much I like Pokemon, is like, oh, this is going to go on my team. But it was never going to go on my team because it's another direct type share, so it's kind of like, no, that's not going on there. But I like it well enough. It was one of my favorite fights in the game, so I guess B is a fair place to put it. I think top of B. It's a good one. It's a great Pokemon. Do I prefer it to original Lilligant? Probably not. Lilligant has a special place in my heart because of a Nuzlocke one I used once. Quiver Dance. No, is it Quiver Dance? Quiver Dance is a fantastic move. Yeah, Quiver Dance just destroyed the competition. Well, actually, it didn't destroy the competition. It got me out of a very poorly planned Elite Four. There was a lot of stalling and a lot of Quiver Dancing for the rest of it. Yeah, but yeah, I like Lilligant, but I do prefer the original, I think. That being said, moving on to the new Basculin. I mean, it's just a white Basculin. I don't know why they made this, if I'm honest. Like, why didn't they just use, like, there's two forms of Basculegion. Why didn't you just put in the other two Basculin forms? I will never understand why they made this thing. That being said, the white works pretty well, I guess. It's just not super different. Probably the least interesting new form we got, but that's okay because it's not a regional form, it's just called White Stripe Basculin. So I guess it's not, you know, particularly much of a missed opportunity if you're not going to give it a regional form at all. But it still is new, so I guess I'll have to rank it. And honestly, I don't want to be hypocritical because another Pokemon later that I'm going to rank probably really high, even though that also doesn't change very much, but I am going to rank it in C just because it doesn't change very much. Whatever. Moving on to another. Gee, we're still in Gen 5. We're only halfway through it. There's a lot of Gen 5 forms. Zoroark is adorable. Zoroark rocks. Zoroark is so sick. I'll put it alongside Growlithe, because I think I prefer it to Growlithe. Just the wisps are really cool. Like, and did you know the red is blood? How metal is that? That's so cool. Just because it gets into so many scraps and its hatred of humans just completely blinds it and it's so violent. I don't know, that's really cool. I think that might be the case on Zoroark. I don't know about Zoroark, but that's what its lore says anyway. Love this thing, really cool. Also really love Zoroark. I love it more than Zoroark, but I have a problem with it, and that is its official art. This official art is god awful. This is one of my least favorite official arts, behind like Toxtricity, which has terrible official art, even though it's my favorite Pokemon. It's not that bad, just, you know, it's my favorite, so I want it to have official art that shows how good it is, but it doesn't have, I don't know, I've come around to it, but this thing, don't know if I will. It just looks like not at all like it does in game. Like it looks weird here. I can't describe it, but in game it's gorgeous. It's really cool in game. It's one I would have used if it was acquirable before the Alabaster Iceland, which is so late. Why did they make it so late? I think they could have used space-time distortions to make late game Pokemon available earlier, which could have been really cool. Yeah, but they didn't, and so you have to wait for ages, and at that point you kind of got a lot of Pokemon, so I don't know, it's not my favourite thing in the world, but I do really love the designs. It's really cool. Normal Ghost is a really interesting typing, and yeah, really enjoyed this one. Good Pokemon. Up next is Braviary. Braviary. It is a Braviary. I don't know. This thing is cool. He's a cool guy. I kind of like having one on my team, but I don't know. It just doesn't super speak to me. It's a fantastic design. It just doesn't like appeal to me specifically. Like I like birds, but I don't know. The Psychic's really well implemented with like the Snowglow look, especially because you can find it in the Alabaster Islands, and it's really fun to fly around on. I really think the flying, all the ride Pokemon in this game are really fantastic. I heard people say they don't like Wyrdeer's movements, which I will never understand. I think it controls fantastically, and Braviary is probably the worst controlled one. Like it doesn't control great. There's a lot of like it's hard to turn around quickly, which I guess is a silly complaint, but still, this is cool. Probably put it top of B. It's a good Pokemon. It's functional. It works. Yeah, that's that. Okay, and we are now onto probably my like guilty pleasure Pokemon. Sligoo is going straight to the top of S tier. You guys have no idea how much I love this thing. Like, they just put Sligoo in a burger. They put it in like a disc. It's a disc. I named mine Whopper because it's a burger. Why did they name it that? Goofy guy. I love it. But like, not only do I love it, it's like funny, silly little design that you can hold like a burger, but also its in-game implementation so genius. It's not even a required boss. You don't even have to meet it, and it's like kind of hard to get to. But the way it's set up has probably made fighting it one of my favorite video game memories just ever. Like, it was so good. It's put in the middle of an island, which you can get to, but you can't sneak to because it's surrounded by water, which is a really cool idea because it always notices you. So, what you have to do is you have to coax it off of the island with berries till you get it in the grass, and then you can sneak attack battle it, because you're not beating this thing otherwise because it's level 50. And I spent like a couple hours just trying to get it, just like coming up with like new strategies of how to sneak up on it, and it was just awesome and so fantastic, and I love the way it moves. It's another one of those functional Pokemon. Not functional, I keep saying functional, I mean like it works in motion better than in just a voided 3D model leak. It's so much better, and I really love it. It's really cool. I love Hisui and Sligoo. It was a contender for my favourite. I do have a different favourite, but it is definitely up there. It's probably on par. Definitely probably cracks the top 10 for my favourite Pokemon of all time. Love this thing. Great Pokemon. And Goodra is, I like it less, but I like it a lot still. It's gonna go here. I'm gonna put it there. With Sligoo, it's so different of how it like is situated. Like in its shell, it's nothing like a normal Sligoo because it's got such a different way it moves and stuff. With Goodra, I kind of would like some color changes. I know you'd have to put those on Sligoo too, which, you know, it could have those, I suppose. But Goodra it just looks like it's got a shell. But honestly, the way they use the shell, it's fine. It's fine. I love this thing. It's so cool. It's really cute how it goes inside of its shell, and while its silly ear things clip into it, it still looks really cool, and the way it blasts attacks from the shell and goes into it, really cool. Another one of those better animated Pokemon. Fantastic. I love this thing. Just big MVP on my team. I used Sligoo for a long time actually, because you can get it by the second area if you catch the Sligoo, because you can evolve it immediately. And because it's raining all the time in the Crimson Islands, and it evolves in the rain. But I waited for like 10 levels to evolve mine, which means I got some good time in with Sligoo. But I used my Goodra for ages as well, and I loved it. Really good fun. Tanky. Usually my go-to option when fighting something. Yeah, big MVP on my team. Almost at the end of the new forms, almost getting onto the evolutions and new Pokemon. Let's go with Avalugg. I already mentioned Avalugg about how much I love its boss fights. Design-wise, it's good. It's not super different. I don't know what's going on with it really. It's got the funny like snowplow looking sideburns, if you want. I like it. I mean, I thought about putting it on my team. I didn't end up putting it on my team, but I thought about it. Ice Rock is a terrible type combination, but the design is cool. That's all that really matters to me. Yeah, I mean, it's a great boss fight, and it works for that. I'm interested to know what the design thought process behind it was, because it feels like there's something there. I guess like ice over like sedimented rock. I have no idea. It's cool. It's good. It's serviceable. It's fun. It's a fun Pokemon. I'm gonna put it in the middle of B, cause don't have a super strong opinion on it. Unlike the next one, which is my favorite Pokemon they've introduced. I will not understand. Like, I like Inteleon. Inteleon's my favorite Pokemon. I get it, why people don't like it. I understand it. There's so many Pokemon I love and get why people don't like it. I will not understand why people don't like this thing. How can you look at Hisui and Decidueye and think, this sucks? I do not understand. I don't get it. I prefer it to the original. I understand why people might like the original more, but I can't understand why you don't like this thing. Its attack animations are so cool. It looks fantastic in game. The Ronin like design, oh, awesome. And the type and the color combination is so good. The red really suits it. It's all autumnal, which is always a bonus on Pokemon. I originally hated this official art though, but now I'm kind of warming up to it. I don't know. I kind of like it a bit more. I dislike Typhlosion a lot more. I originally hated both of those, but I don't know. I just think that its face looks a bit too big on his Decidueye, but it looks alright. It's fine. It's good. It's good. It's good. I love this thing. Favorite Pokemon from this generation. Not generation, because it's Gen 8. Gen 8 has lots of my favorites, but this is the best from Legends Arceus. And I look forward to more Generation 7 and hopefully 8 forms in upcoming generations, because they've knocked it out of the park with the first Gen 7 form. Really cool. Love Hisui and Decidueye. Mine was called Hooters, so take that as you will. On to the new evolutions and new Pokemon. Right. Yeah. Wyrdeer. I have a shiny one of these, which is really cool. Just found a random shiny Stantler. It was really, really good. Yeah. You know, I like how it controls. It's a good ride Pokemon. But, I don't know. It's very B tier. I never liked it massive amount when it first got revealed, just because it just looks too much like a Stantler. Not even like a bigger Stantler, just like a Stantler. I thought it was a regional form at first, but nope, it's an evolution. and I've warmed up to it ever since, but it is just still very Stantler. It's just a Stantler. Stantler was never very interesting, and I guess Wyrdeer is a bit more interesting, but not by a whole lot. I don't know, I like the beard. It being white made me think it was an ice type, and we could have done with some ice type forms, not gonna lie. Like, there's a lot of Pokemon in this game that were introduced that were like, oh my god, that's an ice type, and it's just not an ice type, like Wyrdeer, Zoroark, Sneasler, like so many, like even Braviary, they're just very ice type core, if you get me. So, I don't know, I would honestly prefer the normal ice type on this thing, but it's still really good, and it's really fun to ride as well. Definitely gets you around very quickly. On to another one of my favourites, Basculegion Male, specifically. This is going to go very high, up to S tier. Ever since this thing got revealed, I just have really liked it. Sorry. Yeah, this is just a gorgeous design. Another one of my absolute favorites. The red and green, like, it's like this shade of reddish pink is one of my favorites. Just a really gorgeous tone, and it looks great here. And using it for souls, I think, is really cool. There's a lot of red ghostliness in. Yeah, in fact, I think all of the new ghost types are like have red bits on them. That's a cool coincidence. Yeah, Typhlosion, Basculegion. I guess this one doesn't. These two guys. Yeah, red ghosts. It's cool. It's a cool concept, and I think it works really well to show like death and ghostliness, especially on Basculegion. And I used one on my team, which was the ghost type. Like, it was hard to choose because all of them are so good. Like, I wanted to use Typhlosion, but like, obviously you can't, because you can't get more than one starter, and I really wanted to use Decidueye, but it would have been really cool. Also wanted to use Zoroark, but Basculegion was just the best of the three, and I like to keep my team balanced, so I ended up using it, and it was great. It's really fun to swim around on as well. It made the thunderous catching part really fun. I'll get to the genie fight later, because that is something I do not have a positive opinion on, but at least the thunderous one on the water was insanely fun, because Basculegion's double jump lets you actually dodge the tornadoes properly, like, well, and so it's way more interesting of a fight, and you can like bullet time catch and destroy its tornadoes around it. I know you can just use jet balls, but I didn't realise that at the time, so it's a functionally good fight, and I love Basculegion. One of my favourites. My favourite one that was revealed before the game. That was always like my go-to. Gonna use that one. However, its female form I don't like as much. I think I like it in its official art actually a lot, but not as much as the male one. I don't know, it just looks a bit sad really. I still want to go high because it's Basculegion, and Basculegion's awesome, but probably just here, probably there. It's good, but I'm going to use the male almost all the time. It's similar vibes to Toxtricity and Loki Toxtricity. Like, I don't like Loki Toxtricity that much, but it's still Toxtricity, so I still like it, you know? But there's obviously a better form here, similar to that Pokemon. Right, next up is Kleavor, and this one is one I'm not too crazy on. It's a bit Gen 1 core, which I know some people would like that, but yeah, not one I like massively, especially in this art. This art is really bad. Do not like this art. It just makes the face take a bit too long, and it's not very bug-like at all. It's hard to know that it's a Scyther evolution. I mean, I got it immediately, but I get why some people didn't. I have a shiny one, which is cool. Found a shiny Scyther, but I don't know. It definitely looks better in-game. I like how it looks in-game, but I think I prefer Scyther. But I don't know why I'm hovering over C. I'm going to put it higher than C. I prefer it to No, I don't prefer it to Voltorb. I'm putting it in bottom of B. It's good, but I definitely prefer Scizor. Moving on though to Ursaluna, what a cool Pokemon. What an unexpected Pokemon to get. Like, an Ursaring evolution. Like, when there was the text leak that was like, there's going to be a new Teddiursa evolution, I was like, oh, yeah, it would go off Teddiursa and there'll be alternate. But no, this is a proper Ursaring evolution. This thing has insane attack power. Like, ooh, yeah, I used one on my team. I used a shiny one on my team. I spent ages looking for one because I wanted to use one because it's got the most gorgeous shiny in the game, probably among the most gorgeous shinies, because Braviary, Zoroark have great ones as well. But this one's amazing. The red is so nice. Like, it references like red sunsets because the sunset on its face is really sick. Again, like a lot of people, I'm not crazy about the goofy little like flaps coming off its back, but you know, I get it. It's a fun little quirk that it's got. I think all Pokemon have something that makes them a little bit silly, a little bit goofy, a little bit wacky, and that's this guy's. I know I'm hovering over C. It's definitely going high. Ooh, I don't know. It's just so funny because I did a tier list when these first got revealed, and I put Dialga so low, and now it's really high. Like, it's above Zoroark. Like, this is insane. Okay, I'm probably gonna put it above top of A. Top of A seems very fitting for this thing. Moving on to the best Pokemon name ever come up with, Overqwil. God damn, what a great name. Just the name is so good. Such a good name. I love Overqwil. Goofy, big guy, again, not super deep. It's one of those Pokemon that looks functional, but like it would have some purpose in the overworld. Maybe it like explodes when you run into it. I don't know. But I don't know. Sometimes Pokemon just need to be fun, and Overqwil is fun. It's a fun Pokemon, and I really like it. And it's gonna go here in A tier. A tier is big. Yeah. No, look at Electrode down there. Look at Electrode. Lol, you suck. Up next is my guy, my literal guy, Sneasler. Another contender for one of the best Pokemon names ever, but in a more goofy kind of way. I love Sneasler. If I didn't have this as my fighting type, I would have used it. It's so funny. It's such a funny Pokemon. And I saw it and I was like, this reminds me of Inteleon, and it got similar to Inteleon Backlash, and I was like, I'm adopting you. I love you. You remind me of how I feel about other Pokemon. I feel like I need to take you in. You're mine. So yeah, lots of Sneasler jokes been made with me and my friends. I think it's really cool, honestly. And the thing is that now its official artwork has been revealed. It doesn't look goofy. It looks really actually cool. Like an actually cool Pokemon. Like, it's not like goofy cool. I keep saying goofy. It's not like funny cool. It's just actually cool. I love this official artwork. This is like some of the best glow up official artwork I've seen. It's ranking high for sure. Probably above you. Above you. I don't know. I feel like the official artwork is like misleading because I want to rank everything above Zoroark, but I know that Zoroark is really cool in game. I just hate its official artwork. I'm going to put it above it though. I think I do prefer it. Okay, and well, that brings us to the final Pokemon, which is probably the one I have the most to say about. Enamorus and Enamorus Therian. I think its official artwork is really good. I think it really does the design the most amount of justice it can get. And if I'm honest, I don't hate the design at all. I actually think it's the most interesting of the human genies. It's the incarnate form, right? And then the Therian, yeah, it's the incarnate form. Incarnate form genies, the best one, I would say. I like how it's more skinny and feminine, and I really like the snake. I don't know, it just seems really fun. And I quite like this thing. I kind of planned to use it on my team until I realised that it was post-game only. And then I got to the post-game and fought it. Let's just say it's going here. It's not going there. I can't put it in D. I don't know. But I'm going to talk about the Enamorus fight. because, oh my god, was that the most torturous hour I've ever spent doing anything in a video game. I said earlier, like, I love this fighting Sligoo. Yeah, high highs and low lows. Enamorus was awful to fight. God, I hated fighting this thing. Because what it does is it will spawn tornadoes on top of you, knocking you down, and by the time you can get up, it's already summoned another one on top of you to do more damage, and it's like, oh, so annoying. And it's not even like that, because it confuses you, and you can't go on Wyrdeer to get away, so it just does another tornado and instantly kills you, and it's just like, who came up with this? This is not how you do a fight. How you should have done the fight is you should have had it so it summons the tornadoes around itself and then fires them at you, because then you have time to react. That would have been so much better, and it still would have been hard, and it still would have been fun. So yeah, that's my little rant about Enamorus's fight. Its design is perfectly fine. I get why a lot of people hate it. I don't mind it. I think it rounds out the four of them really well. But I can't in good conscience put it above C because I hate its battle. And I know I could use jet balls the whole time, or smoke bombs, or all of that stuff, but I'm stubborn, and I didn't, and I regret it. Okay, I regret it. But I'm never gonna like this thing now because of its fight. And its Therian form, it looks really good in its official art. The Enamorus official art is really good. I don't know, I always thought I liked its incarnate form more than I liked its Therian form, but Therian form looks great in this official artwork, and I just associate this one with the terrible battle that it has. I don't know, I kind of want to put it above Basculin, I also kind of want to keep it down here. Okay, I'm going to not let my experiences with it deter me and put it above Basculin. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Is there any other edits I want to make? I'm going to go through and make sure I didn't, yeah, throw that to that, throw that to that, throw that to that, throw that to that. Yep. No, you need to go above you two. Yeah, I like Qwilfish more than those guys. Yep, that's fine. Do I prefer you to you? No, I think I prefer you to you, and I think I prefer you to you as well. I think that's gonna, yeah. That's cool. Oh, no, actually, yeah, no, that's cool. Do I like Sneasler more than Overqwil? Yes, I do. Sneasler is goofy. Sneasler is funny. Apparently you're here. Yep. Cool. Yeah, so, basically, I really love the new Pokemon in Legends Arceus. I think they did a fantastic job. Only a couple that I don't really like, and I don't really have anything against Basculin. And I think this is a missed opportunity. To improve bad designs, and that's the only reason that I don't really like them. They're no worse than the original ones were. In fact, they're kind of better, but also not better enough, if you get me. I tend to lean towards the newer generations as ones I like more anyway. So let me know your opinions of the new Pokemon. This was probably a long video. Oh, how long is it going to be? Nearly 50 minutes. But yeah, so this is my official ranking. I'm really enjoying Legends Arceus, and I mean, I finished it at this point. Probably start a new playthrough at some point, but I hope you guys are enjoying it as well. Let me know your top 6 and your team below of your favourites. Let me know how wrong I am about Dialga and Sneasler and Typhlosion and all the other ones that you hate for some reason, and let me know why. I am drawn to negativity. I'm not. Please be nice to these guys. These guys are my babies. I love them so much. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Why don't you drop a like, drop a sub, and drop a comment, as I said before. Go check out my other content. It's a lot more high effort than this. That's basically it. Hope you enjoyed seeing my opinions on the new Pokemon, and enjoy Legends Arceus. Bye.